This out right here. I love it. Every single time. I got rid of the one we let our chat breeze in at the last second. All right, we'll pull the web page up. We'll do the shilling part later if I get to it.
Oh, all right.
Short show today. Yeah.
Change of pace.
Change of pace. Allegedly, Restream says we're online everywhere. However, I tend to not believe it.
I checked the Facebook. We're good there.
Right. I mean, it says we're going out online on both YouTubes and on Facebook. However,
YouTube has screwed us before.
Yeah. I know we're going to upload this video later, without a doubt. I'm going to have to upload it tonight.
Yeah, you're going to.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. Call me stupid, call me an idiot. I don't know how to use the new YouTube Studio beta with Restream. I can connect to just one or the other and upload a video, or do a live stream from there without Restream. But getting Restream to pipe into it without using Classic has failed on every account. I'm going to see. I'm going to check on the phone while we're talking.
All right.
So,
someone pop up in chat, man.
Yeah. It's the competition.
Oh, snap.
One of the higher ranking contenders out there. He's throwing the gun now. I can't even read chat yet. I got to get it open. It's Jimmy. Jimmy typed something. Oh, you son of a... Anyhow, so this week, you started watching more of...
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it last week.
The Faraway Galaxy universe.
Yep.
Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian, yep. It's good. It's back to Star Wars again.
It is.
Yeah. It's just like a person going on a crazy space adventure.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of movies that do that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because they go on a crazy... There's a group of people that go on a crazy space adventure in Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Yeah, I'm not saying... I mean, happens in sci-fi quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's back to the classic Star Wars, the original trilogy formula. Or no?
Well, okay, so it feels like a Western. You know what I mean?
A Western?
Yeah, it's got a Western feel to it.
Like fucking Clint Eastwood,
like
John Wayne?
Yeah. Like gunslinging. Yeah.
Gunslinging
Yep.
in a faraway galaxy.
Bounty hunting and gunslinging, man. That's what it's all about.
Damn. I could do it. Could you be a space like a space pirate? Or
I don't know about a space pirate.
how about a Han Solo?
A smuggler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2019 Han Solo.
Maybe a space, yeah. Maybe a space.
I think if I was going to do anything, that would be the road I would fall down, like that. Constantly scam and always look, you know what I mean? Looking for the next big deal.
We don't necessarily have to be scamming.
Hey guys, it's a misunderstanding. It's not what you think. I think that would probably be the road I would run down instead of. I definitely couldn't be Skywalker. Or who's the new ones?
Rey.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't be her. I don't have a hovercraft with a net on it, collecting junk. I don't have a lightsaber.
No.
I'll take a space pistol though.
Yeah. So space pistols a lot, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But apparently it actually follows like one of the old Western tropes, like because apparently Westerns were pretty big and had like their own type of story arcs. Like they kept getting done a lot.
Right.
And it's like an abandoned kid revenge story. Apparently I didn't know that was
Okay. Jimmy says he's seeing us on Facebook. I didn't have the chat open when he typed that, but I do have it open now. So, a space trope.
or what it's like it follows like one of the old Western formulas, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Let me move these windows around. There it goes, and there you are. All right, perfect. Is that only available on Disney Plus?
Yeah, that's the only place to get it.
What's that, $9 a month?
I think like the
6?
like
9?
6 or 7 for like the first one, like the entry level one, like the one, you know.
What's entry level get you though?
I think just Disney Plus. I don't know if it's ad free or not.
It definitely doesn't get you every movie though. I just say
No,
we
no.
already covered that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
The world was a different. I think that is a good testament to the world years ago versus the world today.
Slipping up.
Yes. Think about. There's the wife. I keep it on usually. Like I try to remember to mute it, but I usually keep it on for the kids. But like think about the world when you were a kid versus now and how different it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like society in general.
Waiting for that car. Yeah.
Yeah, nice big dump truck or whatever it was. Just society as a whole back then. Like think about like the 50s.
Okay.
Like that 50, like the Leave It to Beaver type family, if that was ever even real, a thing.
Probably not.
Andy Griffith, Ralphie and his brother from A Christmas Story. Like with that, I think that would be like a typical family of what, the 80s? When did that take place? Allegedly the 80s?
What?
A Christmas Story.
No, it was like the 50s or 60s.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was in the 80s.
No.
There's another movie made recently that was in the 80s. But anyhow, yeah, those far away times in the past compared to today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, people had feelings back then. Yeah, you could hurt their feelings, but they're a lot tougher than, like, today.
I guess so. I don't know, man. Build a time machine. Let's go see for sure,
what?
man.
You know what? If I ever meet Doc Brown, that's the first thing. We're doing this shit. 88 miles an hour. Did you ever wonder why that was it?
No, not really. I was just, they picked a number they needed that the car could go.
Probably the best part of that, the car for me, was the DMC. Like, I don't know in real life what the cars look like. I don't know if that was just a movie thing or if in real life the DMC was a straight ripoff of GMC, like for the DMC for DeLorean Motor Company.
I think it's just on the car, yeah.
Right. It was great. That was like one of my favorite parts of that, just that it's a complete ripoff. And I'm just saying, if that wasn't real life and it was just like a movie prop, it still made it look cool as hell. But now let's get back to our galaxy far away. How far are you in?
I'm caught up. They're actually. It's not a binge watch.
Okay,
they're
so
releasing
as it
one
releases, you get access.
The first one came out like a week and a half ago, and then like 3 days later, the second one did, and now they're releasing on Fridays.
On Fridays, a new episode. Mm-hmm. Now, is that like is there a schedule to that? Do you know of like Fridays at 8 p.m.
I had no idea. I checked it like I checked it in the morning or afternoon, and it was there. So I think it probably goes up sometime overnight or early in the morning.
Because, like, you got to think about how when they release stuff, how it's got to be complicated to do it the world over. Like Disney Plus, that's not only an America thing. That's anybody can gain it.
Don't know. I don't know. Didn't look into that.
Can the communists watch it? Probably. If they exist, they're out there. They can watch, I think. I don't know. I don't live in another country. But anyhow. Think about, like, when Rogan releases a special, new episode on Disney Plus or something, whatever, on Netflix's newest TV series, okay? They want to release that and, something new comes out or the new season of Lost in Space, the remake, or whatever. How, like, they just have it show. I think they do it by a date. I think they generally... When I've seen stuff come out, it comes out at midnight on Netflix. I guess it would depend on the platform. But you got to think, that is going to be a different time for different people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But are they setting the pace by the release date here? Like the release time in one location, and then it goes live everywhere else at the same time? Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, our 5 o'clock is somebody else's who knows when.
Well, every other time.
Any other hour except 5, yeah. I don't know, it's really weird. It's one of the great things about science and computers, the internet, real science, not pseudoscience. Like, they've worked this shit out.
Time zones?
Yeah, time zones.
Yeah. Oh, releasing stuff with time zones. Yeah.
Whether it's time zones, tracking satellites, tracking the ISS, whatever it is, the moon, the sun, other planets. Yeah, it's all figured out. So... And we did it all with the help of computers. A lot of it. A lot of it was figured out without them, though. Like, beforehand.
Oh, it was just like figuring out time zones in general.
Yeah, I just... Like, going way back. They don't get into the finer mechanics in that galaxy far, far away, do they? like real detail oriented stuff. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think they've ever got as detailed as time zones.
Not time zones, but well, do you know? Okay, consider the level of detail in the Lord of the Rings, like J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, it's dense. Yeah.
He basically made his own language.
Multiple languages
For different species to have, displayed on whatever art, armor, clothing, just different stuff in the like. And he did it for the books. He didn't have any hand in the movies. He's long dead, right?
Dead,
yeah. That they don't have that level of detail in any of the Star Wars, as far as I know.
No, I can't think of like a language that like. Because, like, Star Trek, you could, like, Klingon people, like, there's a lot, people speak Klingon.
Right. That's true, too. Yes.
But I don't think Star Wars has had a language.
Yeah. Do you think you can fall in one of two camps, like Star Wars and not Star Trek?
I like them both.
Yeah, I love them both, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I know. Get hate for that one, right? It's good. It is good. I don't like what is it, the prequels? What do they call those?
The prequels, there was some, I mean, yeah, for the most part, yeah, I don't like the prequels. There were a few saving graces, but, well, like Obi-Wan was good in the prequels, and like some of the Jedi stuff, but
the only thing I really liked, and they probably did it super cheesy, was how Vader became Vader.
Yeah, and that's what people didn't really, yeah.
Like, I like that scene.
Oh.
Like the actual fight where, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. I think it was cool at the time, but actually going back and watching it now, like later,
fake as hell.
Well, fake as hell, but also like it's long, dude.
That scene?
Yeah, where like
that fight. Yeah, that actual fight is nuts.
Yeah, it takes a minute to get through.
It actually, because it keeps cutting away, and you know how they check on this group of characters and go to this group and. They do.
It keeps cutting back between that and the Yoda fight too, doesn't it?
I think, yeah. And that was another cool thing. Yoda flipping around, like being badass with a lightsaber. Never thought I'd see that.
Never thought I'd see that, but like, it's again exciting at the time, but like,
stupid.
When you think back, it's like Yoda was cool because he didn't really have to do that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He just said some smart ass shit that.
Yeah. And he could just lift a spaceship, so it was like whatever. Yeah.
He always seemed kind of powerful to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Until you meet some of these other characters.
Well, no, the thing is, like when, but no, like Yoda was like on par with Palpatine.
Really?
Yeah, like that's
so they were the opposites, Palpatine and Yoda. You think?
Yeah, like in terms of power levels.
Damn.
In Star Wars. Yeah.
How'd that little dude get so powerful?
Well, that's the thing. In The Mandalorian, there's a baby Yoda.
Is there?
Yeah.
Do you think it's him?
No. It takes place 7 years after Jedi.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like
that's
7 or 8 years.
The universe Mandalorian is. So there's a baby Yoda?
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, even in Legends, like even back with all the books and stuff, there's only a couple of Yoda species, and there's never named. You didn't know his home world. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was always kind of shrouded in mystery, and we're hoping to get some answers out of The Mandalorian.
So even in all the books, graphic novels,
yeah,
comics,
there's only a few. There was like a few, but like they never named the homeworld. They never gave the species a name. You know what I mean?
Damn. So
we just know that the species was really powerful in the Force. And like baby Yoda can like lift a rhino, like a big rhino monster.
Like without Force, just like muscles.
No, with the Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, okay, yeah. Actually, we're live, but we got the wrong damn thumbnail. YouTube can't do its job. YouTube,
bummer.
You failed us. You failed me again. I'm disappointed.
But
I'm gonna take a moment, fire the people pushing YouTube Studio Beta. All right, back on top.
But then, so the show's doing well, and they're making like the next show that's supposed to be coming out is Obi-Wan, but with Ewan McGregor, so like a younger Obi-Wan, or like maybe in between the prequels and the regular trilogy.
What do you think about that? I think this is a kind of relevant question you couldn't ask 20, 30 years ago, but you can ask today. How they're taking these classic movies, they're doing more and more of it. They're taking movies, characters, doing remakes, if the remake makes money, then they do spin-offs, give each individual character shows. Like they're kind of it's becoming like a whole binge culture. Like whatever character you like, they're gonna have their own. Do you think it's too much?
No, there was like even in the 90s and stuff, there was a little bit of that, but
right. But it's,
I don't know, for some stuff, yeah, like
it's starting to get overdone.
Well, a lot of stuff like needless, like sequels and remakes don't really need done for like a lot of stuff.
Well, okay, think about
reboots.
Think about every character in Infinity War, or better yet, Endgame. Think about every character that's in the last fight.
Yeah.
What if they all had their own TV series?
Never know, man.
I mean, granted, that's what a fan would want.
Yeah.
But do you think it's too much? Like
for certain things, no, but for certain things, yes. Like for some like comic books or Star Wars, where like I mean, they scrapped Legends, but like you already had universes built up with these. I think it works for them because there's already a lot to go off of.
Right.
And you know, I think like The Mandalorian being a series, kind of, and Game of Thrones in recent years proves that people, you know, the other shows too, like Breaking Bad and stuff, that people just want to like,
yeah,
that's moving more from movies to shows too with a lot of it. Because you can do a lot more with the show. You can. You can tell this. You can flesh out the story like more.
You used to be, when shows were largely based on a cable TV or shows were on a network, like on cable. You gotta leave room for so many commercials to be stuffed, you know, down your throat, in your ears, whatever, for that TV show. Movies playing on movie channels, usually a lot of them go without interruption if it's a movie channel, right? Like a movie-based channel. Or they have very short commercials.
It's very short commercials in between them, but nothing that breaks it up, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Right. Not to the extent where TV's broken up, like every 7 minutes, roll the commercial.
It's usually not for like products or something. It's just advertising other stuff on the network or other stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I see... Like, I agree, not every... You know, for my bad example, not every character in Endgame needs their own series that runs for 10, 12 seasons. You know, with 10 or even 22, 24 episodes per season. Like, could you imagine that? I mean, that's a lot of production, a lot going into creating all that. But it seems like for the whole binge culture, binge watching... Binge movement, is that a thing? Can we coin it now? Put it in the comments. But no, I just think honestly, I'm not saying too far, I'm just saying too much.
Oh yeah, there's just so much content.
Like you can't keep up with what's out there.
No,
you can.
It hit like a weird tipping point. Like even like 30 years ago, there was a lot out there that you probably couldn't be able to get through it all.
That and the
maybe even further back now, I think, you know, but so that's always been there. It's just there's much more of it now.
I mean, we're living in the days where Jerry Springer's Bodyguard has his own TV show.
I didn't know that.
Steve Wilkos?
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Big Bald Steve?
Yeah.
He has his own show.
Oh.
I don't know if it's still on, but yeah, come on. Too far? I ask you.
I don't know, man. If somebody watches it.
What do they do in a galaxy far, far away? Do they have too many TV shows there? They don't even watch TV.
Yeah.
They don't.
I mean, I think they have like little hologram things.
You think they got media that plays on that shit?
Yeah, some. But like, I don't know. I don't think they're watching it as much. Yeah. But I don't know. Like,
yeah, you don't know. You don't get to look at it.
Yeah.
No social media. No no groups of people hanging out. Looking at a phone, tapping on a screen. I'm going to close this just in case it is taking power away from the stream. Yeah, see, it says it didn't connect, but hopefully it did. If not, upload it later. Another thing. Okay, let's bring up the name Kathleen Kennedy. See, do you know that name?
I've heard it, yeah.
Is she involved in what? This new series?
Well, she's been like...
Or the new movies?
The new movies. She's been like pretty much since like the buyout from George Lucas.
Right.
She's been kind of guiding it.
I think she just recently made a post on Twitter or something that it's really hard to make a Star Wars movie.
I can just agree with that. Yeah.
Well,
It's
I'll agree too. But
yeah.
when you take and scrap plot lines, stories, characters, you scrap it all
yeah.
that was already laid out by somebody else that had a good formula,
Yeah.
and you just throw it all away and have nothing to go on, no source material whatsoever.
Yeah.
No shit, it's hard.
Yeah.
You're not that dude. You're not gonna.
Well, I heard for like some of the new comic books, they they lifted fan art and put them like the actual like
They probably
the Marvel
did.
produced
Yeah,
like Disney owned new Star Wars comics. Yeah.
yeah, I don't doubt it.
Well, one was like this guy would do like kind of like custom ships of like 3D printed ones.
Right.
And he had like a little fleet laid out and a picture of it, and they lifted the picture of the minis and like did it up, just kind of went over it with like art.
For the movie?
No, for the comics.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they really, but that's just an example that they really don't have much to go on.
No,
Yeah.
and she made a post, and I guess a lot of Star Wars fans had responded to her like, "No shit, dumbass." Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like you already had, like you could have done something. You didn't.
you scrap literally everything.
She wasn't listening to like a lot of the core audience.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you want to bring a new audience in,
Yeah.
but do you really want to turn your back on the audience that's got everything to the point it is now for you to start trying to bring in a new audience? No. I don't think it's a good plan, good model. I mean, does that ever work with a product, with a series, a movie, collectibles, anything where you ignore your original audience? And
I'm thinking like some examples are coming to mind, like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, like because it was it wasn't, but it went away from what Indiana Jones was. You know what I mean?
It wasn't bad.
No, but I'm just yeah. That's what everybody said. Yeah. But like,
I never saw aliens coming into the Indiana Jones universe.
No.
To be fair.
but
Like,
there's other examples of movies and TVs like
I mean,
TV shows like that where they changed it up hard and.
but if you think about it, that leaves it open. When does Indy's character take place? Like, not his dad, but actually him. What years is he active?
What? So he fights the Nazis in some of the earlier movies.
So that'd be like World War II.
Yeah.
Is
And
it
then Crystal Skull is during the Cold War,
which is
like the 50s or 60s,
Okay.
like 50s going to the 60s.
so it's not out of the question that they could do an Indy Roswell movie, because they
Yeah.
already brought the alien
Yeah,
element into
true.
it.
They could.
People, get busy writing that fucking story. I want to see Indiana Jones.
I think they might have referenced it in Crystal Skull, maybe.
Roswell?
Yeah.
Did they? I
Maybe.
don't know. It's hard to tell. I want a full-length feature film. The dude with the hat and the whip. Is he still alive, Harrison Ford?
Yeah. I think
We
so.
didn't lose him yet.
No.
Just Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Damn. Sad days, man. Sad days. That's another thing, too. That's kind of, I don't know how to say it other than weird. When an actor dies and then they bring them back after they're dead, they're in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's Paul Walker in the Fast and the Furious. Like, I know they got his brothers and used the...
But they did it with, in Rogue One,
Right.
the guy who played Grand Moff Tarkin.
Who?
Like the guy who played the Imperial officer from A New Hope.
Oh.
The guy who ran the Death Star.
Right, okay, yeah. They brought him back?
Well, yeah. They just had somebody who kind of looked like him, like stand in and then like, CG'd the face.
Right.
And they did Carrie Fisher in that too.
Because she that wasn't done whenever she had already passed.
No, I think she was still alive, but it was because it was young Carrie Fisher.
Or she was,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just all straight CG.
They got an actress that kind of looked like her and
Then
CG'd the
CG'd
face.
the shit in. I mean, it's cool when they do that stuff to finish the movie, but it's just weird because the CGI never quite...
It's getting closer, but yeah, there's still...
What's that?
The Uncanny Valley. Yeah.
Yeah, like they need to cross that whole border. Sorry, just muted for a second. We're in here coughing and slugging down water.
Yep. Both a little under the weather.
I was thinking about, like, hey, you want to do this like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday?
Uh-huh.
Just, yeah. Because
You could have said something.
hey, man, I always try to stick to Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm dead. If I'm dying, I'll be here. But if I'm dead, I ain't got no choice.
Okay. Yeah. Not much you can do about that.
Another thing, and I wanted to bring this up last week. I don't want to end the show on a downer.
But you're going to end the show on the downer?
No, I'm trying not
okay.
to. I'm going to try and put a positive spin on it and put a good message out there at the end.
Okay.
But there's oh my goodness, I gotta remember where to even look it up. I'm gonna pull it up now. For anybody that may have seen this, maybe you didn't. Okay, so there was, and this is bad. And the only reason I bring this up is because, is it going to throw negative light on superheroes? Or Spider-Man specifically, I think, is who this kid said. A 5-year-old ended up bringing heroin to school.
Whoa. Okay. I was not expecting to go to that. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Now, so the father of this 5-year-old had pleaded not guilty to the drug charges. This is in Massachusetts. His 5-year-old son brought heroin to school and told his teacher that when he tastes the powder, he becomes Spider-Man.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Do you see how bad? Like, think about how bad that could be.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, let's take a look back. Okay, it's shit that has happened in our time while we were alive. Kids wearing Marilyn Manson T-shirts. Shut up, Columbine.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget how many school shootings he got blamed for throughout, like in that back in that time period. Yeah, like I think one of them, if not both, was wearing a Marilyn Manson T-shirt when the Columbine shooting happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And just media, the news, talk shows and stuff, like not talk shows, mainly media, news outlets were blaming, like he was catching blame for school shootings. Which
I remember this. Yeah.
There's literally nothing other than maybe one song, Lunchbox, and if I remember the lyrics correctly, I think it's talking about getting in a fight at school. Nothing to do with school shootings, taking guns and shooting people, nothing like that. So could that have a negative effect, like this being in the news eventually, like extrapolate out? Imagine that.
Onto Spider-Man? Like,
yeah, Spider-Man.
This is what? No, I don't think so. I think
not in that sense. But a 5-year-old bringing drugs to school.
Yeah, and obviously doing them. Yeah.
When I taste this powder, it makes me Spider-Man. Like, how? That's not how you become a superhero, kid. All right, I just want to say that. That is not. I mean, it's funny, but it's not.
No, it's not.
It's super serious. But to say you become Spider-Man, like, I understand. I guess you got to put yourself in a 5-year-old's.
Yeah. Oh no, I get why a kid would say that. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's just his way of describing what he probably can't put into words.
Powder, he becomes Spider-Man.
No, I don't think Spider-Man the movie franchise is going to take any blow, or like Spider-Man is going to take any.
Like,
blow
I wanted to look and see, like on Twitter and other social media, if Marvel, anybody said anything that after this news article came out, but I haven't seen it. I mean, it went around on social media. What's it called? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think anybody with the studios, Disney, whatever, said anything. Mm-hmm. On a positive note, the kid did go to the hospital. He was unharmed. That's obviously.
Good,
yeah. Like I said, it's shocking. It's crazy news. Like, that was kind of like when I saw the article, I'm like, it was one of those, like, what the actual fuck moments. I'm like, is this real? Am I being trolled with this? Do you know what, like, they did go to the guy's house, I think. I don't know if I didn't the article kind of cuts off like most articles do online. It doesn't, you don't get the full details and the life stories of the son and the father. But they did end up going and raiding the guy's house and got a lot of heroin out of there. I imagine he went to jail, lost custody.
Probably.
If he didn't, you deserve to, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't, you should consider yourself lucky if you're not in prison.
Well, I mean, you said there was a lot of heroin.
Yeah, like 200 plastic baggies of heroin.
No, he's
got it.
He's
Something,
good,
yeah. You'll get what you deserve. I never heard of nothing like that when I was little. When I was 5, and were we even in school when we were 5? Let's
kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I was being told was don't do drugs. Like, my neighbor. Quick story before we wrap up and get out of here. My neighbor had a headache, and he wasn't sure what to take. And it was like me and my neighbor and his little brother were there looking at like aspirin and ibuprofen. And he had a couple different ones in his hand, and we had the bottles. And he's like, I don't want to take drugs, guys. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't take all those. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I would pick one and take one. You know, if your mom takes 2 or 3, normally for a headache, and you have a headache, we could have read the bottle and got proper directions. But being kids, you know, we weren't digging too far down the rabbit hole, but we weren't thinking about shit like that at that age. And this is when I was like 7, 8.
Well, I don't think this kid was thinking about it either.
No.
To him, didn't seem like anything really, you know.
Anything wrong?
Yeah.
But just the whole makes me Spider-Man is the bizarrety of the situation, then ending with that. It's just like, damn. We have a real life superhero. Who was that guy? Phoenix Jones?
Phoenix Jones, yeah.
Do you think he took heroin to school?
Probably not.
Isn't he like an MMA fighter too? Or he's at least trained in martial arts? Yeah, I think.
No idea.
I don't know. Yeah. Doing heroin or other drugs is not going to make you a superhero.
Nope.
I think that's a good message to end it on today.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Dude, like I said, it was superhero related. Not a good message. In the long run, in the end here, the best message out of that horror article is that the kid was okay when taken to the hospital, examined. Shit like being a parent, I could see how disastrous that could have went. What if he took too much and died? Like, there's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That could have gone south so fucking quick. And hopefully the kid is... I don't want any kids ripped away from their mom, dad, whatever. But I don't think that was a good position to be in if he ended up at school with shit like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just... Every once in a while, an article comes along, you're just like, wow, is this real? Do you know what I mean? That was one of them. So, yeah. Moral of the story, drugs will not make you a superhero.
Nope. No superpowers with any drugs. Sorry, you bummed me out, man.
Hey, man. Anyhow, and you know what? I'm going to pass that message off. I can't speak for other people, but I'm going to say that drugs won't even make you a superhero, not even in a galaxy far, far away.
No.
No. We know this. It's true. Anyhow, back again next week with more fun. Right?
Yeah.
More fun, more talk, chit-chat. Flat Earth Santa.
Smack and jaw, yep.
It's getting that time.
Yep.
If he gets lost, if he were to get lost, we will solve the problem. You may hear a little bit about that.
More to come later. Henry.